Hey everyone, this is a video from Deconstructing Narcissism, and this guy has a very good take on just start your own business trope, right? And I'll see if I have anything to add to it. Okay.
I recently got a comment on YouTube that said, just go start your own business.
Oh, by the way, deconstructing, just go start your own business just means I don't want to hear about your problems. That's my addition to this. It's right up there when someone says, just get a lawyer. Or just move to another country or just move to another neighborhood, right? You're complaining about something that's true, and they'll just give you a trite answer. In other words, shut up, I don't want to hear about your problems. This is something, by the way, that guys hear. Women complain, they don't get this, right? A woman complains about something, and she has the man's ear and sympathy. He doesn't give you the old, oh, just move.
Um, I'm not going to list the person's YouTube name out for privacy reasons, obviously. Um, but to the person who wrote that comment, if you do know anything about business, please feel free to show me because
That's right, deconstructing. They never have any real advice to give. This is just shut up. I don't hear about your problems.
I would love to start my own business. I would like to be financially free and successful, but I don't have.
Deconstructing, I only agree about the second part. I don't give a shit about business. Anyone who starts a business will tell you something right off the bat. Your whole life, at least for a couple of years or more, is that business. You eat, sleep, drink that business. You have no life beyond that business if you're starting up from scratch, right? There's major sacrifices, and that's why most of us are Indians, not chiefs. I prefer to be a laborer than go through what business owners go through.
have I don't have anybody who knows about business. Um, I don't know the first thing about creating a business. I don't have the money to hire employees for a business. I don't know anything about business.
Exactly. And that's another thing, what they say. Just own your own business. Every business needs employees, right? That's like saying just win the race, just be the first guy in the race, right? Everyone else has to lose, right? You can't own a business without having people who are willing to work and not own a business. Matter of fact, the guys who don't own a business just logically have to outnumber the guys who do by much more than one.
Um, and that's kind of like just telling somebody to go just build a house. Why don't you just go build a house? Why don't
Why don't you just fuck off? That's what they're really saying.
you just take apart your transmission on your car? Why don't you just go and learn how to become a software engineer with your minimum wage salary? Like it's I understand I understand where.
Here's another thing they're leaving out. Sorry, deconstructing to cut you off like this, but just they're talking about even if you went for it, right? Like you say, you would have to search out for someone who is willing to give you the time of day. You know what they're doing? Guys aren't into that. Guys aren't into helping out other guys, right? So you know yourself, like this guy who left this comment, whoever he wasn't going to put any effort into you, right? You're another man. He doesn't give a shit about you, right? Also, when someone who does know, actually, you get them to actually help you out, they're going to give you some harsh realities like you're going to do some major labor for years and years in which your life is put on hold. To what? To get a brag that you have your own business and that's it. You might get some leech, some female leech to be your girlfriend or wife, right? To marry and divorce you and take that business for herself. But it's not going to be the catalyst for having a great life the way people make it out to be.
Where he was coming from, just start your own business, but you can't just tell people to go start their own business and then not, not give any kind of advice as to how to do that.
Well, yes, they can. They're just telling you to screw off, dude.
Not that I'm like calling you out in a bad way or anything, but
Man, you don't have to, dude. Whoever he is, I'll call him out. He told me to start a business. I'd tell him to screw off. Get a life.
if you have any advice you'd like to give me as to how to start a business, then feel free to leave a comment down below on this video and let me know.
Thank you. That's a good retort. Do you have any proper advice? Yeah, that's a good. No, I'm not. Hey, this isn't sarcasm, everyone. I liked what he just said there.
Because I don't know anything about starting a business. Would I like to be financially free and successful? Of course, I'd like to be financially free and successful.
Successful. That's the thing that, by the way, deconstructing that, you should think for yourself what it means. Right. Success, when you say freedom, that's the real success. Right. You don't have to have a boss down your neck. That's the real freedom. That maybe you can take time off and from your job and say, look, I'm going to close down the shop and hurry over and get stuff done, which you may not be able to do if you're working under someone, right? But the success, I mean, lots of money, most of your success gets drained into a woman, right? Most of your success is to say, I finally got validation from the opposite sex. So, but I'm not giving you a hard time because you haven't really thought about that, really, what it means. Even to yourself, what does it mean to be successful?
Do I know anything about starting a successful business? No, I don't have a successful business. That's why I work in a warehouse. So, this video is just a short video that was made based off a comment I saw. Again,
Yeah, you work in the warehouse. How many guys work with you in that warehouse? How many of those guys working with you deconstructed could just say, hey, I'll open up my own warehouse? Like, where would they get the capital, like you say? Where would they get the land? Where would they get the know-how, right?
again, not going to call this person out because he's not a bad person. He didn't do anything wrong, but
I disagree. I'm calling him out. He's someone who basically told you that he doesn't give a shit about your problems. He's a typical male loser.
saying something like that is kind of like saying go build a house.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about building a house, then chances are you're not going to be able to build a house.
Or just move. That's another one of the other guys. By the way, of when sorry, I got to get his name right. Mono Insomniac showed me this video. Thank you, Mono. And he would mention things like, yeah, they just say if you have trouble in your neighborhood, just move, right? Just run away every time, you know. But they're really saying, don't complain. Don't give me your complaints, right?
So, to one of my viewers that left that comment, please feel free to comment down below in this video, in the comment section of this video. If you know anything about business or starting a business or where I should start, please, by all means.
Hey, I didn't look down the comments, guys. Did this guy actually come and give some real advice?
Feel free to leave a comment down below because I don't know anything about business. I'd love to become financially free and successful, but again, there's not
Just learn coding, bro.
many options out there for people who don't know anything about business. I could search through the 10,000 YouTube channels and the 10,000 YouTube videos that have been made about people who have supposedly started a successful business and they're now raking in up to the high six figures and they're making $2 or $3 million a year. There's so much misinformation out there. I mean, I don't know who to trust as far as learning how to create a business. I don't know anything.
It's less about the misinformation even deconstructing. It's about guys' attitudes, like that one that said, just start your own business. Like, even if those weren't scams you mentioned, they're making millions of dollars. They're making those millions of dollars off the backs of employees. There's always got to be employees. You can't all be number one. There's one winner, everyone else is a loser.
First thing about it. You know, like I've told my viewers before, I did create a small Etsy store, but you know, I don't, that's really as far as I've gotten with it. So again, this is just a short video. If you know anything about, you know, creating a business, making a business, please feel free. Put a comment.
I really like his response. That's disgusting comment. Hey dude, I'm calling this guy out. That's a disgusting comment. It's basically him saying, I don't want to hear about your problems. Shut up. You know what? I've seen it in MRA Reddits, right? Where some guy comes in, says, my wife divorced me out of the blue and estranging me from the kids and falsely accusing me of domestic abuse. And some so-called MRA will say, just get a lawyer. That was his big advice, right? And that's the MRA. That's the MRM, I should say. So, dude, when guys do that, what they're doing is showing their contempt for you as a person. I don't know you. You're another guy. I'm hostile to you. For all I care, you can go suffer. That's what they're saying. Deconstructing narcissism. So whoever said that was himself a narcissist, most likely. Just thought I'd let you know. And thank you. And thank you, Mono, for bringing me this video. Man. Okay, goodbye, everyone.